Hello everyone, my name is Iganya Drusilla Sule and the coordinator of this course is Professor Dr. Sule Iganya. And in this video, I will be talking about what an eco-city is and examples of eco-cities in the world. This project research is made in two stages, the topic research and a proposal of an eco-city in Lefke, North Cyprus. I will start by defining what an eco-city is, and eco-city is a human settlement built to eliminate all carbon waste. And the aim of an eco-city is to build economic growth, reduce poverty, and create a better habitable environment for humans. I'm going to be talking about a brief history of eco-city just because of our time. I won't talk much about this. So eco-city goes back it started in 1992. It was founded by Richard Register, which he was a pioneer for eco-city, and he was the representative body of ecology. And one of the objectives was to start a revolution to plant trees along the major streets and encouraging the installation of solar panels and greenhouses in eco-cities. And the concept of eco-city, we have what really makes up an eco-city. So in this area, I talked about the solar energy, talked about wind energy, also hydro energy and biomass energy. All this energy all these renewable sources of energy can be used in eco-cities to generate its own energy. So for the solar energy is when solar panels are being used, and it has become the most used and popular source of renewable energy sources in this type of energy. Sun shines directly onto a solar panel and energy is absorbed by the PV cells in the electrical field inside the PV cells. And this can be used in homes, and for example, it can be used to power street lights. It can also be used for EV charging stations, for rechargeable cars and bicycles for transportation as well. So we have the wind energy. The wind energy is another type of renewable energy source. Is an example. In this type of energy, it is found in Gansu wind farm, and it is known as the world's largest wind farm with thousands of turbines. We also have the hydro energy, we have biomass energy, and I briefly talked about water recycling in eco-cities. We have a grey water system, which is also known as water recycling or waste reuse. Reclaims water from a variety of sources in kitchen sinks, dishwashers, showers, and baths. Before it recycles it before returning it to the toilets, and it can also be used in washing clothes with the washing machine, and also outside tap, for example, in car wash for washing cars. I briefly explained how recycled water can be used also in the agro industry. Also, I talked about advantages in improving water conservation and waste management. As we know, water is an essential in our environment. It is necessary to have clean and potable water in the city. Also, water harvesting system is another type of system which is known as a rainwater collecting system or a rainwater catchment system, which collects and store water for human consumption. And the non-potable water can be used in irrigating gardens and farms and also to flush toilets. I talked about sustainability in farming, how organic waste can be used in the farming sector as organic manure, and the non-potable water also can be used as irrigation system in the farm. This picture just explains what irrigation method is. And transportation is another key factor in eco-cities. It's necessary to have an eco-friendly transportation system. The creation of sustainable road network is a critical component in constructing a low carbon eco city, and it is constantly confronted during the current urban development process. The following parts of the sustainable development strategy should be considered in transportation system planning. To improve transportation system as well, road networking needs to be studied very well. For example, we also have bicycles. So while designing an eco-city, it should be put into consideration that people who are cyclists should be considered where the bicycle path should be positioned, and also the pedestrians as well. The pedestrian walkway should also be considered. And we also have EV charging stations in eco-cities. As a result of rising interest in electric vehicles, technologies, and the cost of reduction of photovoltaic systems, the industrial development of solar-powered battery charging stations for electric vehicles have really progressed, although it is more efficient to charge electric vehicles at night when power consumption is lower. This is what an EV charging station looks like. There is a picture over here. Can be used to charge cars and bicycles as well for electric cars. So implementing green architecture is an important component of sustainable development and city planning. Green architects are coming up with new ways to conserve resources and minimize greenhouse gas emissions from natural construction materials and solar panels to have better ventilation and insulation, more shade trees, and smart HVAC systems. Green buildings can learn LEED certifications and meet certain criteria. I also talked about materials. So in designing eco-cities, it is necessary to choose the right eco-friendly materials in the finishing and the construction process as well of the city. Some examples of eco-cities were also studied in this research. We have one of the most popular eco-city in the world, which is called Mazda Eco-City in Abu Dhabi. Its client is Abu Dhabi, and the designer, the architect of this project is Norman Foster. It was designed in 2006, and Mazda City is a zero waste carbon neutral city, which is created in Abu Dhabi in Dubai. It is referred to as the world's first such city in interviews and publications. And in Mazda City, the whole energy supply is designed to be renewable. Water meters and the most energy efficient appliances will be installed in homes. The landscaping will be maintained by wastewater as well. This is just a brief explanation and pictures of what Mazda City Eco-City looks like. Briefly, we'll talk about Batikent Eco City, which is located in Ankara, Turkey. Its client is Kent Coop, and the designer of this project is Vedat Dalakoy. It was designed in the year 1974, was completed in 1983. Batikent is located in Ankara, which is the capital city of Turkey. It is located 11 kilometers from the city center, and the project was initiated by the architect Vedat Dalakoy. The project was proposed to begin in 1974, which was finished in 1979. And it was designed to accommodate at least 250,000 people. It is Ankara's largest suburban residential areas, located 16 kilometers west of the city. And it is a popular place to live for students and government employees. This is what Batikent Eco City looks like, and the site plan over here. We have another example of an eco city, which is Sule City in Austria. Its client is the municipality, Linz. It was designed by Atelier Drusilla. Okay. It was designed in the year 1998, and it was completed in 2001. Sule City is known to be an energy-saving district where houses are designed to use low energy. Linz is located in Austria town between the Traun and Danube rivers, which was in desperate need of development. However, being trapped in between two rivers, finding a suitable location for that expansion was not an easy task. But the project was realized, and it was designed to accommodate 25,000 people. The design was inspired by green garden cities and the idea of recreational facilities like swimming pond, water playground, and green vegetation was to keep residents close to the built-up areas. This is what the Eco City looks like in Austria. Over we go to Dongtang. Dongtang is another eco city, which was designed by the Arab group, and it was designed in the year 1974. Dongtang is actually one of the good eco cities, which was envisioned for an 86 squared kilometer land near Shanghai. Shanghai Industrial Investment Corporation is a public-private partnership, and the Shanghai Municipal Government's commercial business arm commissioned British engineering firm Arup to design the city, the first of a planned series of eco-city in Chongming Island near Shanghai. China represented Dongtang as a typical approach of eco-city. The city is to be designed to really be environmentally friendly, with zero emission transit and complete water and energy self-sufficiency, as well as the application of zero energy building concepts. The solid waste is recycled at least up to 80% in an incinerator. Organic waste is burned to meet a portion of the town's electrical needs as well. We have another example, Malmö, Sweden. So because of our time, I'll just briefly explain all of this. And we have the matrix for each of the eco cities, which explains the construction year, the description of the project year, the project completion year, the population, the product cost, the production cost, the area, the transportation, and how water conservation is being recycled, and as well as the type of energy used with the transportation system as well for each of these eco-cities is being explained in the matrix table here, but because of our time, I'm just going to be very brief about it. Then a SWOT analysis was made for each of the eco-cities, explaining the strengths, the weakness, the opportunities and threats each of these eco-cities tend to face. Some of them are facing it and some tend to face it in time. Talked about Solar City, Sweden, Malmo, and this is the second phase of the project, which is the project proposal. I proposed a site in Lefke, Northern Cyprus, which is to be called an eco-city. So in this project proposal, a detailed analysis was carried out in the city of Lefke, which is located in the district of Güzelyurt, Cyprus. This site is closely located to Lefke University, which is designed to be an eco-friendly institution to serve students and basically everyone in the district. This university will serve as an extension to this project proposal, and more housing units, healing centers, daycare, eco malls, bank, and recreational center will be designed to fit in as an eco-city. Transportation and road networking systems will be studied, as well as water conservation, agricultural extensions, and energy conservation as well. The philosophy of this project is generally based on achieving an eco-city that will be sustainable and eco-friendly to its inhabitants, which aims to provide a healthy and livable human environment while using less renewable energy sources than it replaces. The concept renewable energy source refers to the energy that is both sustainable and limitless, such as sun. Whenever the word alternative energy is being used, it usually refers to renewable energy resources. The aim and target of this proposal is to create an eco-city with several projects must be carried out. In this proposal, we're going to look at how it serves its inhabitants in an eco-friendly way, from transportation to the energy usage, and also the functions of the city. So this is a prototype of the site analysis. We have the transportation conditions. As we can see, there will be bicycles functioning in the eco-city in Lefke. Rechargeable buses will be used as well. There will be EV charging stations for charging bicycles, cars, buses, and we have a photovoltaic bus here, which uses the solar panel on top of it to power energy, and also a scooter. And this is the recycling system of how the Lefke eco-city will work. The solid waste will be separated from the liquid waste. The solid waste can be used, like I said, in farms for organic manure, and the liquid waste will be recycled and taken back into the city. And as we see, we have the water body over here, which will also serve the city in a very, very big way. Just a brief history about the flora and fauna of Lefke. Lefke is the only place in Cyprus where Jaffa oranges are farmed, and it is also known for soft fruit cultivations. There are 3 dams that supplies consistent water throughout the year to the farm, which is why agriculture thrives very well in this area. This place in Lefke is known for farming Jaffa oranges and also strawberries. So I have decided to also design a strawberry farm in the eco city, which will help to boost the country's economy and also serve the inhabitants of the eco city. This is a brief site analysis where the sun rises and where the sun sets. The sun sets directly where the greenhouse I have proposed as well in the Eco City will be. And as a greenhouse is known for collecting direct sunlight to help the plants for it serves as nutrients for the plants. So this direct sunlight coming into the greenhouse plays a very major factor in the greenhouse. So I have designed the sites, the Eco City, according to its site analysis, which has been carried out. There's an existing university, which is called the Lefke University, just around the corner of the site, which will also serve as, it will also serve in the Eco City because the Lefke University is an eco-friendly institution as well. There's an existing hotel right there, the Velma Hotel, which will also serve in the Eco City. This is the proposed site which I have chosen to work with, and beside it, we have the Lefke University. And a brief study of the road networking from the airport to the site by car, by road. A brief weather analysis was also studied about the sites in Lefke, the building program as well, where we have recreational parks, greenhouse, strawberry farm, bank, residential housing, eco mall, daycare, and the healing center. This is the space analysis for each of the functions of the Eco City, just to help in the design stage. So here we have the master plan and the rendering of what the Eco City should look like, from the recreational park to the residential housing. And then I talked briefly about the greenhouse, how the greenhouse is supposed to function. And then here is the plan of the greenhouse as well. There is a 3D rendering for the greenhouse. Basically, as we can see, the use of glass on the greenhouse helps in collecting and retaining sunlight, which shines during the day. And there is the solar panels, which is placed right on the green roof, which also collects energy during the day, and the plant receives energy which is saved from the solar panels at night. The sections and the elevations of the greenhouse. So in conclusion, Eco City and Eco Cities under construction all work to achieve the same goal, which is to have an environment that is sustainable and free from pollution. In this research, different eco cities were studied, from how energy is being generated by using renewable energy resources, implementing transportation means that is environmentally friendly, without fumes and other dangerous hazards, studying waste management and waste recycling, the study of strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. The SWOT analysis was carried out. Lastly, all these studied factors comes in place to show that the eco cities all have the same view to achieving the same thing by using various systems. Eco cities should be practiced in the world at large, and by achieving this, an awareness needs to be passed across for countries and cities to be enlightened to know that a city can work towards being toxic free. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation.